Hey there, welcome back to Mama J's Country Gardening. Being video tonight from Mama J's Country Kitchen. One day I'm going to have a chicken one day in my garden. Anyway, this is not the day. So, welcome back to Mama J's Country Gardening. It's fall. And everything about our weather indicates it's fall. Today was a little chilly. We're in zone 6. And the temperature at a high today was at 43, 44 degrees, somewhere around in there. Depending on where you're located in zone 6. At a low, we're seeing temperatures like 33. We're seeing 20s. Sometimes we've seen teens, frost on the garden, on my cabbages and on my collards and kale and so forth. But that frost is really good for the vegetables. It actually makes it taste a little sweeter. There's a difference in that allows the frost to fall upon it. It's what I've always been told. But anyway, it's fantastic. I got a live audience this evening. It's dinner preparing time, and we fed the pets, and now they're walking around in the kitchen. We have Tallulah trying to see if Nala left anything out here, and Nala's looking at Tallulah like, "Do you really believe I left you anything?" That's Nala. She's our oldest cat, and she's good. See you later, Nala. And somewhere in here is Evie. There's Evie. Evie's like, okay, there's nothing in the bowl. I already ate my food. Hey, Mama J, you got anything? Mama J don't have nothing, okay? I'm getting ready to cook. Okay? So that's my live audience. And there's a couple of them missing, but it's okay. For all those that are returning to Mama J's Country Gardening channel, I want to say thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. For our new subscribers and new viewers, welcome. You'll find that we do a lot here. We garden. We give Bible verses. I actually coming from the Bible. I didn't make this stuff up. Okay. And we cook. We cook and prepare foods using those that have grown freshly in my garden, as well as those that I purchased from a local farm. Maple Acres Farm is the farm that I go to often. And so, we're going to have a good time tonight. I am going to make tonight a dish. It's going to be mashed rutabagas. Okay? Which is really yellow turnip. And we're going to talk about this. Okay? We're going to talk about it. So let's start with our Bible scripture. And, please, like my video. I think you will find it informative, each one. And give me a thumbs up. I'm not wearing thumbs up today. I'm wearing Star Wars. Darth Vader is under here somewhere. Okay? But anyway, we're going to get started, okay? And so the scripture today is going to come from Isaiah chapter 18, verse 4. Isaiah chapter 18, verse 4. For so the Lord said unto me, I will take my rest, and I will consider in my dwelling place like a clear heat upon herbs, and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. Thank you, Lord. And that reading is from Isaiah chapter 18, verse 4. Okay. So I already told you that we're going to be cooking rutabagas. The formal name for rutabagas um, is yellow turnips. And it's, when we cut into the meat of this, you can see yellow there. It's a yellow turnip. Now there are other turnips. I'm growing actually, you call purple top. It's got purple at the top and white all around the base. You'll see that in another video. But this is a rutabaga, okay? It's waxy on the outside, and that wax is on there to protect it. That's God. And the rutabaga starts with a seed. This one actually was grown in my garden. I pulled this one from my garden. And this larger one I got from the farm. Okay? But they range in sizes. They can be size of a big apple, or they can grow to be as big as this one is right here, and it's fine. Okay? Now, when I was growing up, my mom used to cook rutabagas. I like rutabagas. I like it. And now I make it my own way. But my mom used to cook rutabagas, and I liked it with fried chicken. I like it with pork chops. But actually, rutabagas can go with anything. Okay? It can go with anything. But fried chicken and pork are my favorites for it to go with. And there's many different ways to make rutabagas. Today we're going to make mashed rutabagas. I'm actually going to mash them with this masher. I'm not going to put it in a blender. I'm going to actually mash it. But you know what? This is pretty hard. You're not going to get it like that. So what I learned later in life, okay, my mom used to peel it. Just with the wax on the outside. Boy, this thing is so hard to cut into. I boil mine first. I have a pot of boiling water right here. And I have kosher salt in that water. Okay, that's just me. If you ask 100 people how to prepare something, remember, you'll get 100 different answers on how to do something. All right? So this is just my way. You can try it my way, and then you can deviate from it, or you can add to it. But one thing's for sure is this is going to be really delicious this way. And I'm not to say that yours is not delicious, okay? But I'm saying this is how you can start it. You've never made it before. Average person would tell you, oh, I don't like rutabagas. I don't like yellow turnips. They can get a bitter taste to them. Oh, you know, when you cook it, it gives off a smell. Well, you can get past that, okay? You can get past that. So let's do this. So here is a yellow turnip. Let me tell you something about that yellow turnip, okay? These are facts. Very nutritious, full of fiber, okay? The rutabaga and the, I'm going to call it the yellow turnip. The yellow turnip is in the brassica family. You said, what is a brassica? Well, brassicas, they're leafy vegetables, okay? Cabbage is in it. You have collards in the brassicas, your kale, your turnips, as I already told you about. And you can get a couple different things off of your rutabagas. You harvest off the leafy, it's got tall leaves that come off of it. You can harvest and cook it like greens. You can wait. You can get a couple cuttings off of it. Don't take it down too low. Cut it down to like about 2 inches, and then take the leaves off that and cook it. And then while the root is being developed, getting longer and bigger and stronger, you can be eating the leafy vegetable off of the top, the leaves off. Okay? So you're getting a couple of different feedings off here. And then when the root is ready, and you can pull the root, it'll come up above the soil. You pull the root and cook it. Okay? I've already washed them, and then I put on a pot of hot water, like I told you, it has salt in it. Well, let me tell you more about this turnip, okay? It's loaded with vitamins. It's vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamins B1, B2, B3, B5, and B6. Yep, that's right. That's what I just told. And it has a folate in it. That folate is some other forms of vitamin B that is in this vegetable. Okay, it's got manganese in it, magnesium, potassium. This thing is beautiful. Calcium and copper, iron. You couldn't have a better vegetable, and loaded with fiber. Loaded with fiber. For those that have to monitor their intake of carbohydrates, because you need that, and you may be diabetic, maybe you've got some heart concerns. I don't know, but I can tell you that this rutabaga serves the purpose of your fiber. It's going to give you, as well as going to give you your vegetable part, that vegetable part. So you can actually have just a side of yellow turnips on your plate. Rutabagas. It's going to give you everything you need. It has 33 grams of carbs in it, high in potassium, okay? High in high in potassium, I said that, and low in sodium. Very low in sodium, very low. So we watch all of that, okay? So I'm going to tell you what else is in here, and then I'm going to wash up, and we're going to get started. I'm going to put my scripture book away. So this is my way. Just remember that. I'm going to boil my rutabaga. So while I'm talking to you, I just go ahead and put it in the hot water and let it get started. It's going to take a little bit for that. Because that'll make it easier for me to cut it up and to peel the skin off of it. Okay? All right. I have told you about the kosher salt. I need this bowl because I'm going to actually, when I finish peeling them and chopping it up, I'm going to put it in this bowl so then I can mash them. Okay? So I'm not there yet. I have a 1/4 cup of chopped onions in here. This is a white sweet onion that's in here. I'm going to add garlic Himalayan pink salt. Garlic Himalaya pink salt. Okay? I'm going to place 1 whole stick of butter in here. I like that kind of flavor. Sage. Black garlic. This is fantastic. Black garlic. Black pepper. Onion powder. Just about 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm telling you this because I do that because I like my food tender. And baking soda will help that tenderness, okay? So baking soda and a non-sweetener sugar, and that is what's in here, okay? So that's going to be it, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more. This is what we're going to have for dinner tonight. I'm going to, can you come in? Thank you, camera lady. I have marinated neck bones here. These are pork neck bones. Okay, so we're going to have pork neck bones barbecued with barbecue sauce on it after I bake it. This is my homemade barbecue sauce there. I will soon do a video on my homemade barbecue sauce. Okay, so this is what's in here. I'm going to place the pork neck bones into this pan. and place them in the oven. I've marinated them in soy sauce. Okay, I wanted to just give it a real nice flavor. Quarter cup again of chopped onion gonna go in there, and that's gonna be that's not gonna take long. The thing that's gonna take some time is related to these rutabagas. Okay, I think I left out one more thing. This is the bouillon cube. Okay, so when I cook, after I finish, peeling and chopping and up the rutabagas, I'm gonna put them back into this pot. Pour off that water, put them back into this pot. And then I'm also gonna put a bouillon cube in there with it. Okay? And I'll mash them. But it has to get really tender. So how do I check the tenderness? Well, I'm gonna use this here long old pitchfork thing here. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna have to turn these rutabagas around in here from time to time, so I'm using these tongs right here. I got all my tools out here. So, during this video, I'm just going to keep moving. We'll have music playing. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to do the doggone thing. Okay? So, see you back here a little bit later. So what I'm doing now is peeling the wax off, which is really easy to do since I boiled this rutabaga, yellow turnip. You can see the flesh of it is yellow. I'd already cut up some pieces in here from the biggest one, okay, from the largest one. So basically all I'm doing is taking the skin off, which was wax. And as I stated to you, that's a form of a protection that God allows for that turnip to have. Okay? Protects the flesh. So here's the inside. And all I'm going to do is cut it. And the reason I'm cutting this is it makes it easier for it to cook through. Because it's a pretty thick, as you heard that. So I cut it like so. Then I'll cook it more until it's mashable tender in the pot. And it's a water, turnips are full of water. It's got flesh, but it's also got lots of liquid in it. And it makes its own. So you gotta be careful about the amount of liquid that you put in. Just enough so that it doesn't stick to the pot. But it also makes its own liquid. So some people put a cup of milk in it. I only use a half a cup. Some people don't use milk at all. I don't remember my mom putting milk in hers, just a little bit of water. And these ingredients that I use to season it up is a little different from hers. She used to use chicken fat or pork fat and put into her pot. And she's cooking her rutabagas. And she did that for both the white turnips and yellow turnips. I like using butter, and sometimes I use both. Chicken or pork fat and butter. Today I'm using butter, as I stated to you, and some milk. Okay, you gotta let it cool off just a little so that you can be able to handle it. And cools quickly, just like a mashed potato can. Just like potatoes when you mash them. Alright, so I'm going to finish doing this. This is a little bit much. I still have the second one in there to take out. I'll pour that water off, peel it, cut it down. What I'm doing here, this part is really hard. This is, if you can come over camera lady for a little bit. that crown of the rutabaga, it's a really hard spot. And I like cutting that off. You know, in the brassica of the cabbage, you have a core of the cabbage, okay, that you would cut off that you wouldn't eat. It's like that. So that's my preference. So I cut it off, and that's all I'm doing here because this is it right here. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to keep working on this. Here's the other one. If you want to get a close up right there. There it is. And I just cut that off. And if I had some pigs, I'd feed it to the pigs. I don't. All right. Thank you. We're going to come back at this again. It's really pretty. So the rutabagas are all cut up into pieces so that they can easily cook. That's what I have in here. I'm going to let this come to a boil. Put a top on it so it can really cook through the tenderness. In the meantime, I'm going to put some other seasonings in here. But before we do that, let me check on my barbecue, which are now bacon, my baked neck bones. Let me put some gloves on. They're not ready yet. I'm just taking them out to take a look and flip them over. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. You see that? And then neck bones in here. I'm just going to turn them over. The juice you're seeing is from the neck bones as well as the marinated. I marinated them in soy sauce. I placed the chopped onions. It's smelling good. On top, all cooking in there nice. And this is not the only way to cook neck bones, but this is just one way. Neck bones are a good eat. At least we think so. All right, now I'm going to put a little bit of seasoning on that. I'm using onion powder. You season to your taste. Just remember that. There's black garlic. It smells good. I'm going to put it in there too. And yeah, that's all I'm putting on here. Okay. Lay down here. They're real tender. Okay, I'm going to put them back in. And then I'm going to go back to my rutabagas. Excuse me. Okay. That's enough of that. I'll rinse this off. So here they're starting to boil already. do. Alright. Now I'm gonna put my onions in here because I want them to saute right on in here with this. I want them to cook right in. Get all the flavor in. You don't have to put it in right now. You can wait till they cook down more, but I prefer to do it now because this way it'll all be right in, all flavored into the rutabagas. I'm gonna put, because I told you I like to have them get tender. So this just helps them move along the way. This is baking soda. So I'm just gonna put a teaspoon of baking soda in this pot. Okay. And garlic Himalayan pink salt. I'm flavoring it up with that. And I might have to add more later, I don't know, but we shall see. We don't do a lot of salt in our house, so when I do have to put some salt in, I like using organic seasoning. So this is garlic Himalayan pink salt. I'm gonna put some ground sage in here. I think if people had their rutabagas to be prepared, at least an introduction to it, the way I prepare mine, I think there wouldn't be so many people saying, oh no, I don't like rutabagas. Well, if you make it like this, you might want to give it another try. Just try it this way, see if you still can't get a liking for rutabagas, and I'll say okay. I'm gonna put a bouillon cube in here. This one. If I didn't use a bouillon cube, I would use a little bit of chicken broth in here. Okay. There we go. Drop it in there like that, like just simple as that. Let's see. I'm gonna put the stick of butter in now. Cut my finger when I was trying to cut up one of the rutabagas, so be extra careful. The knife actually fell upon my finger and I was taking it out. Alright. That's why you see a band-aid all of a sudden. So let me get some stuff in here. This will take about 30, maybe 40 minutes before it reaches its full tenderness, before I can mash it. Okay. I'm going to wait on the milk and I'm going to wait on the sweetener. Okay, I'm going to wait on those two till this gets more tender. All right? Be right back. So I poured the barbecue sauce on top of the neck bones. They're looking really good. I'm going to stick them in the oven, back into the oven. I'm just making sure the sauce is all over everything. I'm going to put these back in the oven. This is my own barbecue sauce that I made from scratch. And I will one day do a video not too far away on how to make your own barbecue sauce. I know you're enjoying the homemade pasta sauce. I know you're enjoying pickles and all the other videos. And there's plenty more to come. So There's a barbecue sauce too. Alright, I'm going to put this back in the oven. Then I'm going to show you. I've already added pre-camera time since we left the 1/4 cup of milk and yeah, and 2 teaspoons of the non-sweetener sugar. Non-sweetener, excuse me. Let me pull this out and put this in. Okay. Just gonna let the barbecue sauce set in. So I gotta keep stirring. You can take a look at how the rutabagas are looking now. Looking good. Still chunks in here that's gotta get soft enough to. See, they still have to get soft enough to mash. Okay, but it looks good. And it's got a little bit more time left. I keep chopping on the chunks so they can break down. I'm very proud of this. Really proud of it. Looks good. So I added some more black pepper. And I added, like as I told you, the 1/4 cup of milk. Okay. Alright, so we'll let that cook some more. And come back again. Yeah, this is really done now, actually. I'm just making sure that all the big clumps have been chopped in and mashed. It's really smooth and creamy. And I like that. There's a couple of them right there. But that's nothing. They're chewable. It's okay. And be very careful because like mashed potatoes, this can pop up on you and burn you. Almost like making grits, they pop up. You gotta watch it. So, and they'll stick to the pot. So you just keep stirring and stirring. I'm about to take all this out. What I'm doing just now is just chopping some of the lumps in here. All right, this is ready. This is really ready. Here we go. Here's your yellow turnips. Okay, so I'm going to plate this up. I'm going to turn it off. I really truly hope that if you say you don't like rutabagas, yellow turnips, I hope you'll try one more time with this recipe that I've given you. See how you like it now. And then maybe it's something you'll add to it. Maybe it'll be something you'll take away. But what I placed in here gave it a lot of flavor. And it is different from where my mom made hers. She used to put, boil them like I just showed you and chop it up. And then just let it go for itself. With salt, pepper, paprika is what she used to do. And some chicken fat or pork fat went inside of it. And it would be more like a stew. And I like rutabagas. I love vegetables, period. And I love yellow turnips. I like the white turnips too. Okay? It's very much in the vegetable world that I know. Now, I'm going to turn that off. Might still be cooking just a little bit. Going to rinse off my spoon and take my meat out of the oven, and it looks beautiful too.